Chuck. That's it. Ralston on the Villarite. No, Chick-fil-A. All right. Let me just zoom in on you. Come on. There we go. Lord in heaven, Christ. Okay, one more. There we go. I can get even further. All right. A little down, I guess. Yeah. You think that one? Yeah, at the top of the head.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, he's going to start talking for a moment. Thank you so much. I'm sorry to be here.
Hello, baby. Sacred's intro checklist. Notes, sign and shade, pass at 6:55, so we begin by 7:05. Vol at 3 p.m., low at 9 p.m., mid at 3 p.m., high at 8 to 9 p.m. Those are the settings. Whatever all that means. Welcome to Sacred Grounds with Dan Brady. As the current host of this, the longest running open mic in the known and unknown universe, serving up good food and fine poetry since 1972. Let's have a big hand for Teddy and we haven't seen Fiona for months. Our hosts, and please support this reading by enjoying the food and drink served here. Poetry of all kinds, ladies and gents, is welcome here. We respect the mic. That means keeping conversations to a whisper, putting devices on mute, vibrate, or airline mode, and keeping to the time limit, usually only 5 minutes. But that can change. But not by your decision, by his decision.
Don't blame me.
It's his fault. Please note our streaming link. It's handy in 5 ways. Why you can view conveniently enough from home. Family or friends can see you live or later on. Want to hear so-and-so's poem again? Good old so-and-so.
I love it.
You can do a self-critique. I stink. No problemo, mi amigo. And it is a way to put out the word. Yours, mine, ours, minutes, seconds.
Thank you.
Words. And that brings us to our ongoing theme. Never doubt that a small group of committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. Margaret Mead. The evening's theme is?
The evening's theme is apologies or lack thereof.
Apologies or lack thereof?
Yes.
I'm not liking it.
There's a lot of ground to cover there.
We are pleased to say our feature is...
This will be Catherine Hastings and David Beckman, who are not here yet, but they said they would be, weather and authorities permitting, as they say.
Who will give the Queen's wave
when they arrive.
Tonight's keynote is...
will be Melissa Mella, who's also not quite here yet, but we shall see.
While our mini feature is...
we have David Beckman and Hal Robbins. We have a dual mutual mini featuring this evening, and we have plenty of time for that, so I'm very, very happy to present both of them, as you know.
Like a gun duel? Or?
Yes, they're going to be dueling poems.
And the last word will be...
We do not have a last word. That'll devolve upon the person whose sole purpose will be the last person as they go.
Make a clip for the feature.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And now for our fabulous door prizes.
Well, thank you for that. The 10-minute clip for the feature. I try to remember to do that. Go. Oh, the fabulous door prizes. Sorry. Like this, Rumi, 43 odes, versions by Coleman Bark. So this is very nice. It's a sweet piece. If you like Rumi, there you are. The Singing Poems by C.K. Williams. I don't know anything about this. This is the San Francisco Haiku Anthology. This I know about. The guys edited by Jerry Ball, Gary Gay, and Tom Tico. I know all 3 of those. This, if you like haiku, this is a book to get. You'll be very happy with this. From News from Native California, this was given to us by Stephanie Manning last week.
Yum.
Tell me.
Okay.
Kim Adonizio. I don't know this book, but she is there.
Hey.
And if you like poetry, then you might want this poetry from July, August 2011. This was before the change. And, of course, The River of Heaven, poems by Garrett Hongo, the Lamont Poetry Selection for 1987. And you knew something about this guy, right?
Yeah, he has been the head of the creative writing department at San Jose State. I don't know if he still is.
All right, so this guy has local props.
Also, we've got...
Oh, yes, if none of those float your boat, You can be the keynote. Notice that float the boat keynote?
Right.
Who Melissa is not here yet. Mini feature which both David and Hal will be presenting us with. The co-pilot, which is Antoinette Payne right here with me. Choose a theme or prompt, and the last word meaning the clincher, closer, super duper bulldozer. You get 2 chances, just like the keynote. You get to go in the open and close it. Thank you so much.
Oh, if you wish to record someone, ask permission.
Please.
We will assume you've done so if any of us notice recordings being made. Proposition 1.
Ah, yes.
Whereas warfare is the worst of all crimes in that it embodies, encourages, and rewards all others, whereas the definition of war is used at the Nuremberg trials is meet for the purposes of this proposition, therefore, we, the party of the first part, all citizens of any nation, all those who suffer from the effects and privations of war, who oppose it as a system, as a behavior, as a socially accepted institution, call for an end to war, cessation of all hostilities, the standing down of all military forces, and universal disarmament.
Yeah.
Further, let it be known, we the people, the party of the first part, state by our assertion at this time and place that we stand opposed to the existence or use of military force as we now know it.
Now know it.
All those in favor of proposition, please signify. All those with thumbs opposed. Abstentions. Departures. Nothing.
Inclusion.
Emanations. Okay.
Reverbations. I assume it passed. I didn't count.
It passed. Unanimous.
Unanimously. But a friend of mine said nothing should be unanimous. It's undemocratic. All right. So Melissa Mella is not here as at this whole moment. So we're going to go with the open mic as it is. We got Tommy, then Buford, Daniel, Owen, Christian, and Rob. So give him a round for Kobe. We're going to focus in on this guy. The brave man who comes up here and tells us everything.
So this is a song appropriate to the season that's coming up. I want to mention before I even do it that the melody and the original words are in public domain.
Public domain.
So I am free to do what I want with it, and I have done my own thing with it.
Oh my God.
Can you hear it? Yeah. Can you hear the guitar? Okay. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon homeless mother and child, hungry infant so tender and mild, sleep on America's streets. Sleep on America's streets. Silent night, holy night, cops drag poor out of sight. Find them for asking for change on the street. Just a few pennies for something to eat. Jails are our homes for the poor. Jails are our homes for the poor. Silent night, holy night, compassion reigns. What is this life? People are here to give food to the poor, opening hearts to the ones who need more. All for one night of the year, only one night of the year. night, holy night. No one stirs, ground is white, snow is falling on the city so clean, on the mother and child who are ever so lean, dead on America's streets, dead on America's streets.
Wow. Mariana Colomega. You know, as soon as you started playing, have you heard the Simon and Garfunkel?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's just Silent Night in the 7 o'clock news.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus! But that was great. Thank you. I love that. You're a singer-songwriter guy.
What?
I didn't know you were a singer-songwriter guy.
I have a version I recorded with just an upright bass, and then he bows it at the end. It's beautiful.
Nice.
And it's all done to a jazz beat.
Beautiful.
It's very smart.
Wow. Thank you. All right.
Buford.
Oh, Buford knows he's coming up. Give him a round, please. How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm a little bit tired, but
You want me to raise that up?
whatever. No, that's all right. I think how's this sound? Okay?
Yeah. If
All
you're
right.
happy, we're happy.
Okay. I'm a Golden State Warriors fanatic.
You don't say.
Somebody said, yeah. Somebody was on the bus with me today, and he said, how long have you been a Warriors fan? You know, I said, after they won 73 games and lost 9. That sort of impressed me. Okay, here it goes. Golden State Warriors. Run the court, shoot, block shots, set picks. Steph Curry is the best basketballer on earth. Durant and the rest of the team not far behind him. He can do anything. This is called Once I Was Young. Once I was young, now no more. I used to have boundless energy. Even with asthma, youth was cool. Once I was young and got married at 31 years old. At 51, I got divorced. In between, we went across the country a few times in a van, on an airplane too. When I was really young, before I met my ex-wife, I was carefree. That changed during marriage, yet I long to be married again. There's something missing without it. Suffering. I want to comment. That's a serious fucking subject. You haven't figured that out yet, bro.
All right. Daniel Lee. All right, give him a round, please, Daniel. My namesake, you like the guy already.
Thank you. Is it Daniel's first time here?
No, unfortunately, we were.
You can't just do it anyway? What the heck?
Yeah, didn't treat him like a first timer. Come on. Because you do have a first timer, he needs to understand what we're doing. So thank you for that.
All I have is some scraps tonight, but someone told me yesterday that scraps make a quilt, so
With the right thread.
that's right. And the right patience, of course. I wonder where my old friends are now, how they are doing, whether they are still walking the walk, or have they given their best and now lay in rest. I hope they are not needlessly suffering, and that if they breathe, love is the song they sing. The smirking superior judge, flanked by the gray-suited DAs, takes years away from the misbehaving. The pleas are made, the punishment meted, the loved ones sit in the back and cry. Laughing as the rains come down, smiling as expectations fade, giving thanks for whichever way it turns. My plans wash down the page of another day. People can do you wrong, and you would like to return the disfavor. But you pause, stop the cycle, incinerating ignorance in the furnace of your heart. And the last couple lines. Love for one another connects us with the divine. Walking with the Spirit makes you rise up from being a mere mortal. Thank you.
Thank you. Daniel Lee. Thank you. All right. Owen Dunkel is in the house. Give him a round as he comes up. And then we got Christian, Rob, David E., me, and Antoinette. And the feature said they would be here, so we'll just give them the time to come here and take care of these snags, as they like to say. Thank you, David.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
This is a new get out here. It's a new new poem I got. I mean,
Let's just do this. And then yeah, there you go.
oh, okay.
There we go.
Starbucks. Days pass by one. Time and space, more time and space. The wind whistles like a locomotive passing us by, like the movie The Greatest Show on Earth. Stop, stop. Don't you see the lights? I feel like an elephant trainer, waving his arms for his would-be loved one, the girl on the flying trapeze. This poem is the greatest show on earth. Soon on Broadway it will be. Shoot time. I'm an impetuous madman, shouting an eternal opera. Sonnet. Monday at dusk. I lift my feet along the way from light to heavy. The load of brightness rests on my load of excitement upon the bay of desuetude. I look at the big gray sky, the bus driven like a coach of old Dickens-like. Barkus is always willing, sang the cold feet. I'll put a sock in it, play ball. When the darkened hall of serenity I see in men with their wives look into the darkness of the small betrayal of their hollow eyes, shouts of the 21st century storm the air of the sharp evening of an emptiness of care. Daybreak. Apples fall from the window. Tears lie in wait at my door. Leaves are quiet in late October. Castle the sky of the poor. Usurers like sharpened pencils Ride the bus once more. Feelings lost to the bric-a-brac. Stars that well before score. We think and talk in the sun. Red meat, blood and gore. Our minds made up like yesterday. Confess me, deadly bore. Sinners wail by my window. Cruel sounds I ignore. Gnashing continues through the day. Sleeping at night at shore. Noon, the poet like a Spanish shepherd sat in the sun. The sun, that hot, tough straw boss, cries of the shade of the trees, acquiesces to the fair banks of the leaves. Staccato, a sea of angels foretold its passing waves, knock with their fists on the seawall of yesterday, a knife-like threat of the raving of their gray air, telling the story of the future of ants, beetles, mice. The lack of the nature of the estuary-like birdsong, mining the verbal consciousness of existence, as you are betrayed by your lover in the midst of a dream. Vacancies. Every tree the great iron cavalcade car the L passes, every true San Franciscan rides the L car, or he is probably from some other hemisphere of space, of time, born out of great iron nobility. The new muni of now to eventuality, past stolid sunny Castro Street, the iron beast Epictetus of the dawning grim 21st century, the rococo and laid church car, the 37 bus to great gone busy Hollow Hate Street.
Thank you, Mr. Owen.
Thank you very much.
Christian, Mr. Christian, bring him up here, please. Nice guy. Yeah, he's coming back.
Screw Thanksgiving and the heads of the table whose grace rants went. Thank God most of the savages are gone. Their contemporary counterparts dream of cranberry sauce on the exposed breast of a cocktail waitress in a lounge at the top of Salesforce Tower. To counteract the heavy boot on the right foot, there's a slipper on the left, over which the call goes up, "Long live the wild turkeys." The Anglo-Saxon wife tracked down the Oriental masseuse, the ectomorph who, when handling the endomorph wife's Afro-American mesomorph husband. The wife wept while claiming, "My children don't have enough to eat." Since the masseuse didn't respond, the distraught wife pleaded, "At least give us some of our money back."
At least.
In the wheelhouse, the harbor master dreamt she was driving a bus, not the red-striped cutter she was sleeping in. Though the route up and down hills was dizzying, each new passenger seemed possessed by a common purpose that transcended destinations. As the morning sunlight seeped through her eyelids, she awoke with a start. But no sooner did she open her eyes than a large gray cloud muted the sunshine. The Coast Guard commandant, eerily enshrouded, sat at the other end of the cabin. drinking coffee. Only the bay was calm. Lord, let there be hash oil and opium paste laced skippy cups to go around, and a holiday at the same time.
Opium-laced skippy cups.
See me after the show.
Yeah, after the show. All right, thank you, Christian. Good to hear you. Now we have Rob, and I think Rob is new. Rob, where are you? Rob is new, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do your thing.
We know him in Berkeley.
But he's new here.
But he's new here. He's spreading out.
He's new.
Look out. Look out.
Well, no, he's on the diet, actually.
He is new. He is to the neighborhood. He is living on this very street.
Just get really close to the mic there.
All right. Now, so the theme is apologies.
Or lack thereof.
All right.
That's the daily. That's the theme of the evening.
The best I could do was basically apologies from the human race for being born. So this first one is called Silver Eyes. What percentage of the world's words whittle down to a pathetic plea? Won't you, oh won't you, but won't you hold me? Measure moments mirror peering against instances of intimacy. Our sorrowful silver nitrate eyes, the only true love you'll see? And won't you, oh won't you, please won't you hold me? Smart enough? Funny enough? Thin enough? Moneyed enough? Strong enough? Young enough? Hip enough? Hung enough? Straight enough? Tight enough? Drunk enough? White enough? Wearing the right clothes? Thinking the right thoughts? Chained to our work? If we do what we ought, won't you, oh won't you, just won't you hold me? Too shy, too bold, too hot, too cold, too wrong, too right, too lost, too white. Eternity's deprived of our most basic need, abandoned to the deities of vanity and greed. Won't you, oh won't you, why won't you hold me? And this one is called Gentle Clay. How to turn human to thief. How to take this gentle clay and mash it so very far astray. How to turn human to rich. How to take this gentle clay and lash it so very far astray. How to turn human to killer. How to take this gentle clay and bash it so very far astray. How to turn human to pimp. How to take this gentle clay and slash it so very far astray. How to turn human to rancher. How to take this gentle clay and trash it so very far astray. How to turn human to rapist. How to take this gentle clay and crash it so very far astray. How to turn human to you. What violence without do you render? What violence within to your clay so tender? And we'll finish up with resensitization. Don't resensitize. Don't relearn how to feel. Don't dismantle your walls. The wounds to come won't heal. Don't resensitize. Don't find your inner child. You might uncover a corpse. At best, you were raped and defiled. Don't resensitize. Don't open yourself to the pain. Don't let in the neurotic fear of every average Joe and Jane. Lying begats self-deception, inspecting our navels till we're in the ground. Condemnation begats self-recrimination, awareness and mercy lost but not found. Hatred begats self-loathing, then recoils back the other way round. Our inner child's head spins, while the outer child nods and grins. Why do our fake vampire teeth look real? Because that ain't plastic, it's burnished steel. Don't resensitize. The truth will scrape your guts. You might find solace in suicide, maybe go batshit nuts. Don't resensitize. Don't learn how alone you are. Your last breath, so near. Humanity's sanity, so far.
Thank you. All right, Rob. And now I think we know that we have David Erdreich. I believe you are next. Positions 7 and 8 completely emptied of all responsibility. And give him a round as he comes up. And if you want to be on the open mic, there's room to sign in. If you come in and you want to do that, we can figure out how to have you.
So Richard Sanderell is good tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Has a 45-minute gig at Hate and Masonic. What?
Bound Together Books.
Bound Together Books. Thank you.
On Hate
Check it
and
out.
Masonic.
What's the time on that?
7
7
p.m.
o'clock.
7 p.m.
Yeah, about 8 o'clock it gets started. 7:30 if you want to sign up to.
Oh, it's 7:30?
So is it a regular open mic?
Yeah, it's a regular open mic every Thursday night. It's really cool.
I got to put it on the calendar. It's not on the calendar.
You get there about 7:30 to sign up, and then 8 o'clock is when they start the open mic, and the feature is about halfway through.
There was a bookstore.
So probably about 8:30.
Because they used to have they used to have a Bound Together bookstore series in the 70s, and I never. I got to put that on the calendar.
Yeah.
That's Bound Together.
Bound Together.
Bound Together.
1369.
An anarchist book collective, as it were.
Yeah, it's an anarchist book collective.
So this is called Skull Drudgery. It was written on October 29th. I missed the last 2 weeks I had extra rehearsals. So, assumed name, false face, act, emote, with name replace, slip into a different skin, shape your shift, and so begin to skip your skiff or flash your fin. Doorbells ring, requesting memes, reality-bending masks that seem to mirror someone else's dreams. Reflect, refract, refine, refute, each icon raised beyond repute, skulking just below the surface. Gangster, lurks, fedora, Scarface, new tattoo played through a pipe, Day of the Dead grown overripe. Falls counterpoint to Mardi Gras with fairy dust and la-di-da. A superhero turned to dust, an enemy to curse distrust. Transformation to the other, opposite becomes your brother. Two-faced Joker played in jest, Nighthawk, Eyeshine, damn the rest. Jack-o'-lantern, Wisp, oh will, Morning Dove or pigs at swill. Headless horseman need not laugh at Dolly's signature giraffe. Stomp your seal, now bark your howl, give a hoot, you ruffled owl. Verses crash against the wall. Skeletons I can't recall. Wolfman changes vampire teeth, fall into a swoon. Beneath the graveyard breath of emanation, excuming relative relations, time of year when maples call, crimson, purple, yellow, all replace the green that spring had cast. Spider vines in distant past disintegrate, emerge at last in phoenix fire. Cauldrons blast, wart of toad on witch's broom slithers into cryptic rooms. Pin a tail upon your ass, contemplate with laughing gas, remembering Rosemary's Baby, written, unwritten, contract rabies. Distorted weirdos, screams and snuffles, dragging feet in endless shuffle. Asthmatic cough, allergic wheeze, a fungal fringe that's sure to please. Pseudopod under your cot, reach out for all the rot I've got. That mummy wrap you plan to eat, 3,000 years without heartbeat. Your mind is grave, my grave is yours. Time to feast in candlelight and serenade the dead of night. Here's what I wrote today. After 2 days ago in the New York Times, there was a very chilling article about the whole computer hacking and the NSA, and it's just disturbing. So that led in part to this. The residue is gone. The ash has washed away. Pointless cryptic messages have settled in to stay. Plastic burned to slag, metal scorched and flayed. Secrecy sensorium has compromised this day. The tangled web of CIA observers trained to murder. Covert destruction through obstruction, twisted building girders. Our policy is foreign and only leads to trash, where operatives are taught to kill or torture for their cash. Tail-eating serpent eats its own, foul, putrid, spreading germ. Time has come, defund this worm. Recall this defunct loan. Transparency? A simple lie. To hide its misdirection. Security? You'll never die? Their total misconception. $1 trillion deficit. Corporations, thick as thieves, keep stealing soul food from the people, co-opting truth from their beliefs. But now the tide begins to turn. Root out pedophiles, feel the burn. Orange brain dead will impeach. Bloated corpus fouls the beach. Diversity, strength of our loins, will not be paid in their bitcoins. Air we cannot breathe, water we can't drink, ignoring Puerto Rico's cries, fracturing how we think. Climate change denial, a momentary slap. Change the trend, make amends, heal up all this crap. That was written by, this is the revised edition, written by M.T. Shell.
I remember MT.
You remember MT. Poet has a different mission. Pleased to carry through. How much time have I got?
You got about a minute.
Okay. Entertaining, so to pester, crack the norms, or splinter rulers gesturing the blues. Herding words from cats, musicians, till the sheep look up. Glance exchanged. Sane or deranged? Phrases turned abrupt. Simple rhyme, mountain climb, pithy, truth obscured, eyebrow raised. Donut glazed, Taurus spinning, so demure. Spelling bee from C to C. Torture, meanings plentifully. Ring each thought with deft designs. Plant a pun, neath sighing pine. Wistful wind you past upheaves. Catching hold, title relieves. Direction pointed, fritters, flex. Scattered, pinprick, indirect. Cut of minting very fine. Outside, insight, line by line. Thank you.
Here, guys. And that brings us to me or me to you, I'd like to say. Get out of my comfort zone. All right, am I okay with that?
Do I look good? You look good. You look marvelous.
What about this side?
Yes. It's your best side.
Thank you. All right, so I printed out a whole bunch of new things, and these are still the new things that I'm working my way through to read for the first time, so I can see if they really work very well. And if you know old songs, you know a song called "The Last Time I Ever Saw Your Face." Okay, so this is inspired by that. Or
Faith.
you know what I mean? Mary, what's it?
Percy Faith.
No, not Percy Faith. You call it Mary. The last time ever I saw your face. That one. Okay, right. Okay, I'll change the title. Hey, Louise.
Variations.
Yes, the variations. Okay, here we go. This is a serious poem. After all that, right? Here we go. The last time ever I saw your face, the blurry world ran with sparkling tear-smeared colors. Not a one held back, no matter that I tried. But you turned away, even as I did, afraid we'd see each other's. Giving you a moment, I then turned back. I watched you diminish, walking toward the bus stop a very long block away before you were lost to the sight. Then I thought I saw your hat and coat, thought for a moment you looked back, but neither of us gave a parting gesture, and that was the last. Without anything better to do, I waited as the bus moved past me. I looked but did not see you, it was so crowded. Not daring to move, caring to move, I stood, ignoring thoughts, dismissing heartbeats for some time. Reflecting on that last minute when we stood before you turned, even then I could not tell you or ask or say what I wanted, so that our great silence was kept even as it had been all those years. We were, as it turned out, champions at long last goodbyes, what with the crying we did not share, and the keeping everything we ever wanted to give completely to ourselves. Even at the so-called bitter end, even then when one word could have made a difference, we could not, for the life of us, say that one word. Even as our beating hearts trembled, our faces blushed, and our eyes spoke eloquently, longingly, but were mute for all that. Our lips, grimly set, did not part, were the same lips which never did move to meet, and which still have nothing to say. And I've read this before, and I've changed it, so now it is new all over again. It's called The Antidotes, and there's 4 of them. Antidotes. 1. Stones are not hearts. Never have been. Most probably won't take part in one for some long time. Long time. Patience is a virtue, they say, but with time scales such as this, well, there's something to say for the virtue of persistence, or, in the case of rocks, the kind of patience that does not have a name yet. On their way to that chapter, they become and change, break, wear, and round, diminish, of course, play roles, they nest, they shelter. They are built into things by hands, things they cannot even conceive of, even though they, just as all beings, are molded and reformed on their way over time to becoming to. Praise is easy, simpler than you might expect, and very easy on the heart. The mind enjoys it. There is the morning, the sun, the shade of plants, water, food, smiles, and love, a gladness which you have. There is giving, just as there are needs, yours, mine, and ours, which bring us together as friends sometimes. There are seaside walks and a breath of refreshing sea wind off the bay, taking yours and mine away. 3. A single hand, ready, awaiting yours. In sunlight,
The heart dances, enjoys the warmth of one with another's beating close by. 4. Our real work, when all else fails, when we do not seem to have any clear choice or can't make sense of our sense of direction, is to take that first step before the mind is encumbered, baffled by illusions which act to impede its stream of thought, for it would otherwise sing clearly and loudly enough with the heart and soul, removing all doubt about anything. And thank you. And this is the shorty. We'll close this off here. There's understanding. Let us have understanding of one another, of unity, of diversity, of unity in diversity, or unity of diversity. Let us have understanding of peace, of harmony, the harmony of peace, the peace of harmony. The understanding of harmony in unity of peace in diversity, and the harmony of understanding peace in the unity of diversity, or peace in the understanding the harmony of the diversity in unity, or the harmony of unity and peace with the understanding of diversity. Let us then please know all these things. Live these things. Live in this knowing. And know the living of life is in the generous giving of all these things. Thank you.
Now Antoinette Payne is going to come up. Give her a nice round, please, my co-pilot of the evening. And then we'll talk about what happens next, because the features aren't here yet, but you know how that is. We are live, and we're wonderful, and we appreciate everything.
Okay. This is called A Splash of Love. Wonder splashes a misty blossom, cool strangers find each other snugly shaded in recognition of Om. Unceremonious, sassy women exude bundt cakes in the nude. Barking consumes the night, unlike foreign falling stars. River currents shoot past the astute. Never seeing what is missed, like a favorite song, notes unknown. The handmaiden of God follows her heart, open mouth, breathes out, wow. Leads children with a wand, over, under, beyond. Unfurled her hand, smooth, aged skin. Nowhere else does this life begin. Here's one for apologies. Wandering the future, surprised at what I say, malicious, unkind, no need to crush your spirit. Not to love myself leaves you out, lest when morning comes you'll forget. Another chance to be kind, present to our life, together in dementia.
I like that. In dementia.
Okay, walking on the edge. Strolling the sword finds her way home, trusts in sure footing, darkness descends, balance lost. Motor scooter travels Europe's narrow streets, turning each corner with faith, beep, beep. Lost alley dodging bullets, relevance subsides into now. Days tumble forth, tourist seduction calls, suddenly by surprise we are old, and it has always worked out.
Nice.
And used to be pretty. Once beauty mattered, before senior status smashed face wrinkles to untold stories, while false teeth sing shower tunes. Strangers' smiles shoot forth like bright stars looking to be seen. Competitive spirit of forgotten woe lies safely in slow-paced mornings. We strive for more, Instead, sit by short-lived sunlight, walk crisp November air, wearing warmth from goodwill.
Oh yeah, a page there.
With all the good notes.
Yes, that was perfect.
All right. Let me go like this first of all, because I have to change things. So the teachers who haven't canceled, so they may be on their way. We're going to take about a 5 or 7 minute break. If you want to sign up and you haven't, you would like to, there's plenty of room right now because we're looking at rain. People say, so if you want to do that, let us know. Come take care of that. And then in about 5 or 7 minutes, we will start up again. We have Greg Pond, Alan Harris, and Dr. Hal in the house, and there's somebody else on there. Who was that other person? Oh, did you know?
Greg Pond.
Greg Pond.
Sharon.
Sharon, yes, Sharon is here. I knew there was somebody that wanted here.
So they are hot poets. Okay. So we'll come back in about 7, and we'll see you then. Thank you.
All right.
Does anybody want to sign up?
Just checking.
No?
All right. I don't know if those two wanted to, but that's okay. We got covered pretty much. We'll take care of these.
Oh, Greg Pond, just like that.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Oh, let me just pause it here.